Minute, I'm going to bring up Powers Miller here. He is our final presenter of the day, and he also has a deal in Chicago, this time on the west side of Chicago. He has a master planned community, he believes the first of its kind master planned opportunity zone. So very excited to hear from him. The fund is going to invest in a few different opportunity zones on the west side of Chicago, with a total population of approximately 150,000 residents.
My name is Powers Miller. Just a little background on me. I am the founder of USA Income Properties. At the time back in 2009 and 10, 8, 9, and 10, really. I was a partner in a firm with Gerald Gutterman out of New York. We were the largest provider of Gulf Opportunity Zone properties following Hurricane Katrina. For those of you that don't know, the GO Zone was at the time the largest tax incentive ever offered on real estate prior to these opportunity zones we're talking about. I'm a founding sponsor of the Musictown Master Planned Qualified Opportunity Zone Fund and Musictown Aligned Unity Fund, which is separate from opportunity zones. Also the founder of Musictown Development Group, LLC, and MTD Partners, LLC. I'm the general contractor and developer for a project that we'll be talking about today, one of our catalyst projects, which is the Chicago Music Experience and Hall of Fame. And when it's all said and done, folks, what I am and what we do is we're market makers. And that's what we're going to talk about today. We've aligned our interests in a way that is different than anything else that I've seen out there. I did hear Jimmy say, first of its kind, master planned opportunity zone. And we are just we're kind of late. We've kind of analyzed a lot of separate things. And then with the pandemic, we never got off the ground, and we're now off the ground. So we're just starting out. So most of what I'm going to tell you about today is really the business model. It's very simple. It makes a lot of sense. On typical developments in the city of Chicago, if a developer comes in with a big project, they have to go to the city first and they negotiate, and then it comes down to the community. Our business model is the complete opposite. We are community up, meaning I've been involved with the community now for 3 years. The community itself has it took them 2 years, has finished a quality of life plan. That's a big part of our master plan. And we believe that in situations like this, when you're dealing with disinvested communities, especially, that the city's role is really to do what the community tells it to do. And it's not the other way around. And we've really strengthened ourselves. In fact, our fund will be a joint JVP with the community. We're going to do that. We'll achieve that through community benefit agreements. The aim is to create a sustainable business model whereby the community is able to receive residual passive income on an ongoing basis from all the tourism and things that we'll be bringing into the community. And most important to our investors and potentially other investors, because we do on the turnkey side, we do a lot of providing to the providers, is we have all the relationships. We have, again, we put in the time, the work, 3 years in the community meetings, working with all different types of organizations as people want to come to Musictown for investment purposes. And you'll see why we really believe it's going to snowball. They would do very well if they would, contact us, because we pretty much have laid all the groundwork for this, and we have those relationships. What we're talking about here with opportunity zones, in our opinion, is a paradigm shift. It's not really a challenge of raising money. That's why you folks are here. You have a incentive to invest this money into opportunity zones. So the challenge is finding enough qualified investment opportunities to satisfy the demand. And your investment should stand on its own 2 feet. You want to make an investment that you would make even if the tax incentives are there. That's something that we couldn't stress enough when we were down in the Gulf Opportunity Zone with those opportunity zones. You don't want to just make the investment for purposes other than you would make it otherwise. And you want to look for something that's forward thinking, impactful, solution oriented. We believe that what we've created, whereby our entire fund, and we're going to be looking for about $2 billion in funds for this area that we'll put in over the next 10 years. Some of that's opportunity zone funds. Some of that's just regular funds. We have venture capital funds, pre-IPOs. There's a lot of things going on right now, but action breeds actions. And we've all heard the expression less is more. In this instance, no, that's not the case. Less is less and more is more. Every time a new business comes into our opportunity zone, which we are planning to thoroughly fill, it gets better for the next guy. And that's just real simple to figure out. So the tax incentive that you're going to get by investing with our fund is really going to be the icing on the cake. And although the deferral is nice, we're really focused on creating opportunities. And you'll see as I get a little further in here, and I know I got to go fast, is that we're focused on the no capital gains into perpetuity as long as the business is in business for 10 years. So when I first got the idea to get involved again in tax incentivized real estate, I challenged my team. I asked them a simple question. I said, what is the solution to a disinvested community? If we're going to get involved in impact investing, we want to do it, and we were successful in the Gulf Opportunity Zone. We want to know that our investments are really making an impact, and we want them to be a part of a solution. So the question is for all of you, the solution to a disinvested community. And our answer is everything. Every other opportunity or amenity any other community has access to is the solution to a disinvested community. That's where we came up with the term master planned opportunity zone. We looked at the business model of, investing in a multifamily over here, diversification. And we felt like we were leaving too many variables outside of our control. And what we've created here is a situation where we control our own destiny. And most importantly, we're able to make a true impact. We believe what we've created is really the model for opportunity zones, because see, we're not leading with housing. You're going to have a hard time finding opportunity zones that aren't putting in more housing, affordable housing. And with all due respect, a lot of these opportunity zones are places where people don't really want to live. So we're leading with economy, we're leading with jobs, and we believe that comes first, and that the housing will take care of itself. So first of its kind master planned opportunity zone stands out from all other opportunity zones because our focus, as I just said, is economic engine, creates business, jobs, and new residents. History has shown us that simply building housing in areas with no local economy does not solve the root of the problem. Location area zone you invest in should have a localized solution for the economic inequities that have contribute to the disinvestment within the community in the first place. And the most successful projects will create value through new economies that produce jobs and businesses within the community. So the objective is to maximize the impact of opportunity fund investment dollars, and an MPOZ, as we've kind of coined, will achieve that objective by looking at the entire community as a whole, creating a blueprint. Regeneration. Our term is regeneration without gentrification. We have a plan for that. I want you to know, because I really have too much respect for Jimmy and the great job he's doing, that I don't want to keep people too long. So all of you will be getting an invite to just a Musictown only webinar where we can really not have to talk so fast, and we appreciate you. Here's some of the external demand drivers, the catalysts to what's really going to create the economy that I keep speaking of. First of all, our fund will be a principal investor in the Chicago Music Experience and Chicago Music Hall of Fame, which is going to be, if you know anything about Chicago architecture, it's going to be a world-class, iconic facility. And with Chicago's whole business being conventions and tourism, well, actually it's tourism and conventions. It used to be conventions and tourism. We get 60 million visitors a year. It's over $16 billion in economic input. This will be something that will drive economy into the community. We're going to couple that with a walkable live music and entertainment district. In fact, the Chicago Music Commission did a study, and Chicago leads the country in the number of genres with the minimum tickets sold. So ours is going to be unlike anything else. It's going to be multi-genre. You can picture your Beale Street. You can picture, New Orleans, Nashville. A lot of places have an area like this, but not really have a multi-genre area. And that will be right there in the community as well. There's already a lot of music and TV, movie and TV business going on. State of Illinois doubled the tax credits. We've created an area where artists, musicians, actors, millennials, and Generation Z will want to live. It's a place where people will want to visit, people want to work, and people want to live. look what's already taking place. This is some of the things that the cities got in gear. The Invest Southwest program, where a portion of that $250 million for the next 3 years will be brought in directly into Lawndale. We've got the City Catalyst Fund, which is another $100 million that'll be spread around for opportunity zones. Ogden Commons is right there around the corner from Cinespace Film Studios. It's a $200 million development. And then the Hatchery is the first food and business incubator outside the downtown business district. And it just happens to be in our most dynamic industry, which is restaurants and foods. Recently, we got confirmation and that a TV docuseries will be filmed in Musictown. And as you can see right here, the show will feature a twist on other real estate type reality shows. First of all, it won't be curated. A docuseries kind of takes on a life of its own. It's going to be led by A-list music celebrities, and then it'll include a lot of everything from community members to city. And it'll be a show about the making of Musictown. And we feel that's real important to the long-term viability, because it creates an emotional connection with the guests, with the audience to a very popular place that will really help Chicago's tourism. We've never taken advantage of this. Our fund has an option to invest on this. As I mentioned, backed by two of the biggest names in the music industry. One is from Chicago, one is not. And I'm told that they have a whole group of music, big time music people, and they're starting to work with some of the Hollywood people. It's a pre-IPO, which is very important for opportunity zones because of that back end 10-year exclusion of capital gains into perpetuity. We believe that this is something that has tremendous upside. It's next generation music, news, entertainment, and social media platform. It'll be headquartered in Musictown. Jobs will be created there. It's a technology play. It's backed by some of the biggest names in music. I want to say, if you had the chance to get in Facebook early on when MySpace was out there, because we believe that these other apps, your Spotify's, all the apps, even YouTube, Apple, there's a number of them. There's no loyalty to an app, and they really haven't maximized the ability of technology to become something that's really unique. And the fact that we are being led by the people that are actually in the business, who are used to having their product controlled by somebody else, and this is an opportunity for them to get in on the inside and control their product. We believe that we'll have the opportunity to do a lot of exclusive deals and things like that, and really have a competitive edge over other platforms to aggregate customers. One of the things that we do as a company, which is kind of separate from our fund, which I really want to talk about today, is we have the ability to do, as a turnkey provider. A lot of you out there may have, a couple $100,000, even as little as $60,000. We can leverage out turnkey opportunities for you. We work with an associate of Jimmy's. Actually, he did a presentation here. Ashley will be working to set up individual funds for investors. If you like the idea of being more of an owner rather than a fund sponsor, there's all kinds of opportunities here just to get through that. Here's an example, just so you know, of a 2 to 4 unit building that you could do on your own with your own opportunity zone fund. And as you can see there, the prices are incredible. I'm out of time, but we're going to be able to provide you 10% plus cap rates. We've got cash on cash returns of 25% plus. Your 5-year total ROI on leverage, cash flow plus equity, 350%. The last thing I want to say is this area is primed for to boom. It's the location second to none. And there's properties, less than 2 miles away that sell for 5 times as much per square foot. Right now, you're getting you can get properties at half of replacement cost. The city's building 100 new houses. There's plenty of land. We've got a whole plan for regeneration without gentrification. That includes improving the quality of life that the people are already there. We don't want anybody to leave. And this is a well thought out, detailed, new type of model for opportunity zones. There'd never be enough time in 10 minutes to tell you everything, and I look forward to following up and answering any questions. Thank you very much, Jimmy, and I apologize about the technical difficulties.